What if I told you that $2,000, less than 1 month's rent in most American cities, could be all you need to never pay an electricity bill again? I'm not talking about some off-grid fantasy you see on Instagram. I'm talking about a real, functional, do-it-yourself solar setup that can power a tiny home. Lights, refrigerator, laptop, phone, fans, even a small air conditioning window unit, completely from sunlight. Today, I'm walking you through exactly how to build that system in 2026 with honest, current pricing, real parts, real numbers. No fluff, no hype. And I'll be upfront about something right away. $2,000 gets you a lean, smart, purposefully sized system. Not a mansion, not a hot tub, but for a tiny home, done right, it's more than enough. Before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We cover tiny homes, off-grid living, and do-it-yourself builds with real numbers and zero sugarcoating. You're going to want to see what's coming. Also, stick around until the end of this video. I've got a full parts list with 2026 pricing, a pro tip on the biggest mistake people make when sizing their solar system, and a section on the one tax credit change that every solar buyer in 2026 needs to know about. It could save or cost you a lot of money depending on when you're watching this. So don't skip ahead. Let me start with something most solar content won't tell you, because I'd rather you trust me with the truth than feel misled later. A full off-grid solar system for a traditional home, one that runs central air conditioning, an electric range, a hot water heater, can run anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 or more. We've covered that in previous videos. $2,000 is a carefully engineered budget. It works for a tiny home because tiny homes have tiny power needs. And that's actually the secret advantage nobody talks about. According to energy usage data from multiple 2026 off-grid sources, a typical tiny home under 600 square feet uses roughly 3 to 5 kilowatt hours per day when running energy-efficient appliances. Compare that to a regular American home using around 30 kilowatt hours a day. We are talking about a fraction of the demand. That means a much smaller and much more affordable system can genuinely cover your needs. So our $2,000 goal, it's achievable, but only if we build smart. Let's talk components. Every solar system, no matter the size, has 5 essential parts. I'm going to walk you through each one, what to buy in 2026, and exactly what it costs. Component 1, solar panels. Solar panels are the backbone of the system. They capture sunlight and convert it to direct current electricity. For a tiny home setup, you want monocrystalline panels. They're the most efficient type, meaning you get more power from less roof space. In 2026, you're looking at roughly 50 to 90 cents per watt for individual panels. Prices have stayed low because of the global shift to N-type TOPCon technology, which is way more efficient than the older panels people were using a few years ago. A standard 400-watt panel now typically runs between $160 and $180. For our $2,000 system, I'm recommending a 1,200-watt array, 3 400-watt panels. In 4 to 6 peak sun hours per day, that array can produce 4.8 to 7.2 kilowatt hours daily, which covers a well-managed tiny home comfortably. 3x 400-watt N-type TOPCon monocrystalline panels, approximately $480 to $540 total. Brands to look at: Renogy, Rich Solar, RV. All available on Amazon or direct. Budget line, approximately $510. Component 2, charge controller. The charge controller sits between your panels and your battery bank. Its job is to regulate the flow of electricity so you don't overcharge your batteries. There are 2 types, pulse width modulation and maximum power point tracking. Always go maximum power point tracking. It's more efficient, especially in the morning and on cloudy days, and the price difference is minimal. A solid 40-ampere maximum power point tracking controller for a 1,200-watt system will run you about $70 to $100. Recommended: Renogy Wander maximum power point tracking 40-ampere or EPEVER Tracer 40-ampere. Cost: $70 to $100. Budget line: approximately $80. Component 3, battery bank. This is where most of your budget goes, and honestly, it should. Your battery bank is what makes the system work at night and on cloudy days. Skimp here, and you will regret it. The technology to get in 2026 is lithium iron phosphate, not regular lithium ion. Lithium iron phosphate batteries are safer, they don't degrade as fast, and they're rated for 2,000 to 4,000 charge cycles. A quality lithium iron phosphate battery lasts 10 years or more. For a tiny home, you want 200 amp hours of storage. In 2026, you can actually get a single, high-density 12-volt, 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate mini battery for about $450 to $500, which saves a ton of space compared to the bulky dual battery setups of the past. Recommended. Ampere time, 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate mini 12-volt. Approximately $450 to $500. Brands: Ampere time, Redodo, Chins, all deliver solid value at this price point. Budget line, approximately $480. Component 4 Inverter. Your panels and batteries deal in direct current power. Your appliances, your fridge, your laptop charger, your lights, run on alternating current power. The inverter bridges that gap. For a tiny home setup, a 2000-watt pure sine wave inverter is the right call. Pure sine wave is important. It's cleaner power that won't damage sensitive electronics like laptops and modern appliances. Stay away from modified sine wave inverters. They're cheaper, but they'll shorten the life of your devices. Recommended. Jondell 2000-watt pure sine wave inverter or Renogy 2000-watt inverter charger combo. Cost: $180 to $220. Budget line: approximately $190. Component 5. Wiring, fuses, connectors, and mounting. This is the unglamorous category that trips up a lot of first-time builders. Don't underestimate it. You'll need solar connectors, appropriately sized wiring runs, a battery fuse or breaker, and roof or ground mounting hardware. Solar connectors and branch connectors, approximately $25. Wiring, thin and thick gauge, 20 to 30 feet, approximately $40 to $60. Inline fuse or breaker between battery and inverter, approximately $20. Panel mounting hardware, roof or ground, approximately $80 to $120. Miscellaneous, cable ties, conduit, but connectors, terminals, approximately $30. Budget line, approximately $230. Total budget summary, 2026. Solar panels, 1,200 watt, approximately $510. Maximum power point tracking charge controller, 40 ampere, approximately $80. Lithium iron phosphate battery bank, 200 amp hour, approximately $480. Pure sine wave inverter, 2,000 watt, approximately $190. Wiring, hardware, connectors, approximately $230. Total estimated cost, $1,490 to $1,520. Comfortably under your $2,000 budget with room for shipping and tools. That's real. That's achievable. And that's with quality components that will last you a decade or more. Okay, so you've got this system. What can you realistically run day to day? Let's do the math honestly. With 200 amp hours of lithium iron phosphate storage at 12 volts, you have about 2.4 kilowatt hours of usable capacity. Your 1,200 watt panel array will recharge that, and more, during a good sunny day. Here's what a well-managed tiny home day looks like. LED lighting, 10 lights, 4 hours 0.08 kilowatt hours. Laptop, 8 hours of work 0.2 kilowatt hours. Phone and tablet charging, 0.05 kilowatt hours. 12-volt energy-efficient mini fridge, 24 hours 0.4 to 0.6 kilowatt hours. Wi-Fi router, 24 hours 0.1 kilowatt hours. Box fan, 8 hours 0.2 kilowatt hours. Small window air conditioning unit, 2 hours 0.5 kilowatt hours. Microwave or kettle, occasional use, 30 minutes total 0.4 kilowatt hours. Daily total, roughly 2.0 to 2.1 kilowatt hours. Your 1,200 watt array produces between 4.8 and 7.2 kilowatt hours on a solid Sunday, roughly twice to 3 times what you consume. The surplus charges your batteries and builds reserve. Even on a cloudy day producing just 30%, about 1.5 kilowatt hours, you're drawing from your battery reserve and likely still breaking even. In a 2-day overcast streak, that's your signal to reduce usage or run a small backup generator for a few hours. That's just honest off-grid reality. Pro tip: A 12-volt direct current mini fridge like the Bouge RV or Alpical draws 40 to 60% less power than a regular alternating current fridge run through an inverter. It's one of the highest return on investment upgrades in an off-grid tiny home. I promise you the most common mistake. Here it is. People size their solar system based on what they want to run, not what they actually need to run. They picture having everything on at full blast all day long. So they estimate high, feel overwhelmed by the cost, and either overspend or give up entirely. The real move? Start by cutting your loads. Swap to LED lighting. Replace alternating current appliances with 12-volt direct current equivalents where possible. Insulate your tiny home properly so your heating and cooling loads drop. Do that first. Then size your solar system to match your reduced, smarter load. That's how a $2,000 budget becomes not just possible, but plenty. The other mistake: buying cheap lithium-ion batteries instead of lithium iron phosphate. People save $150 on batteries, then replace them in 2 years. Lithium iron phosphate costs a little more upfront and lasts 4 to 5 times longer. Do the math. Okay, this is the section I told you to stay for. And I need to be completely honest with you here, because the information out there is genuinely confusing right now. Here's the deal. The 30% federal residential solar tax credit for homeowners who buy their systems outright officially expired on December 31st, 2025, following the passage of the 2025 Budget Reconciliation Bill, often called the One Big Beautiful Bill. As of January 1st, 2026, that 30% credit is gone for individual do-it-yourself buyers, though it still exists in the background for commercial projects and certain solar leases. Here is what still exists in 2026. Solar leases and power purchase agreements, where a third-party company owns the system, can still access a 30% credit through the end of 2027 under a commercial provision called Section 48E. State-level incentives vary dramatically. New York has a 25% state credit up to $5,000. South Carolina offers 25% up to $3,500. California has a battery storage rebate program. Massachusetts has production credits. Check your specific state. Net metering, where you sell excess power back to the grid, still exists in most states if you're grid-tied. For an off-grid do-it-yourself tiny home builder, none of this may apply to you. You're not connected to the grid, and you're buying your own equipment. But you deserve to know exactly where things stand so you can plan accordingly. The good news? Panel prices have continued to fall even without the credit. The economics still work. They're just less dramatic for 2026 buyers than they were for 2025 buyers. Disclaimer: tax policy is complex and changes rapidly. Always consult a licensed tax professional for advice specific to your situation. With careful research, safety precautions, and patience, this is a genuinely achievable weekend project for a motivated do-it-yourselfer. Here's the general flow. Step 1. Mount your panels. Roof or ground. Make sure they face south in North America and are not shaded between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Step 2. Run your panel wiring to the charge controller using solar connectors. Step 3. Wire your charge controller to the battery bank. Always fuse this connection. Step 4. Connect your inverter to the battery bank with appropriately sized cable and a fuse. Step 5. Connect your loads, appliances, outlets to the inverter output. Step 6. Set your charge controller parameters for lithium iron phosphate. Most 2026 battery manufacturers actually recommend an absorption voltage of 14.4 volts and a float voltage of 13.5 volts to squeeze the maximum life out of these newer, high-density cells. Step 7. Test everything before closing it up. Check voltage at each connection point. One critical safety note: always disconnect your panels from the charge controller before connecting the batteries. Solar panels under load can arc dangerously. Work on the battery side first, then the panel side. If you're uncomfortable with any of the electrical work, especially if your tiny home has existing 120-volt wiring, hire a licensed electrician to review your installation. Your safety matters more than saving a few $100s. Pro tip: most modern maximum power point tracking controllers have Bluetooth monitoring. Set it up from day one so you can track production and consumption in real time. It's genuinely one of the most satisfying parts of running your own solar system. The $2,000 system we just built is a starting point, not a ceiling. The beautiful thing about do-it-yourself solar is that it's modular. You can expand it as your budget and needs grow. Want to run a full-size fridge? Add a fourth panel and another battery. The 40-ampere maximum power point tracking controller we specified can already handle up to 1,600 watts of panels at 12 volts. So your first upgrade path is simply adding a fourth 400-watt panel for another $160 to $180. No new controller needed. 4 battery expansion. Lithium iron phosphate batteries from the same brand and voltage can be wired in parallel to double or triple your storage. Just make sure you balance them before connecting. Pro tip: by 2026, almost everything runs on Universal Serial Bus Type-C. Instead of running a big inverter for your laptop, install Universal Serial Bus Type-C power delivery wall outlets wired directly to your 12-volt direct current system. It's way more efficient and stops you from wasting 15% of your power just on what people call inverter tax. Bottom line, start smart at $2,000. Learn your system's behavior through a few seasons, then expand from a position of real knowledge instead of guessing. So there it is, a real, honest, 2026 breakdown of a $2,000 do-it-yourself solar setup for a tiny home. Real parts, real prices, real expectations. Here's what I want you to take away from today. Solar for a tiny home in 2026 is absolutely within reach at $2,000 if you build smart and match your system to your actual needs. N-type TOPCon monocrystalline panels and lithium iron phosphate batteries are the right technology choices at this budget. The 30% federal residential tax credit is gone as of 2026, but state incentives vary, so check yours. The biggest thing you can do before spending $1 on solar is reduce your loads. Cut first, generate second. Do-it-yourself installation is achievable, but don't skip safety steps or try to rush it. If this video helped you, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who are trying to figure this stuff out. Drop your questions in the comments. I read every single one and answer as many as I can. Subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.